You know, if you're a parent, a grandparent, if you love a kid, you are loving these segments. You just heard from one of the finalists for this year's Vystar Duval County Teacher of the Year. So now we want to shine the spotlight on another one, Miss Jameea Jackson-Gaines.
She says, teaching is truly a work of the heart. I don't do it for the accolades. I do it for the impact. Let's do it with grace. Let's do it with passion. But most of all, let's do it with love. This teacher teaches first grade at R.L. Brown Gifted and Academically Talented Academy. And our final winner is Jameea Jackson-Gaines. Congratulations, you're the Deutsche Bank finalist for Duval County Teacher of the Year.
Yay!
Congrats, Jameea.
Oh, so that's when you obviously found out Jameea. We'll make sure we get your name right. I am so excited for you. You can tell you're like, who is he talking about? Oh, that's me. And it was you. Congratulations. I mean, you all are so deserving of this honor. And I want to talk with you because you've been teaching virtually, which I know has been a challenge, you know, for teachers, because part of what you do is you connect with families, you connect with parents. If you can get them to buy in, then you have much more success in the classroom. So you've been able to build some pretty close relationships. And I'm curious, how do you do that?
Well, whether you're virtually or brick and mortar, building those strong relationships will always be a key to student success. And I just want to create an environment for them where not only students, but parents can, you know, be a part of our classroom and create that school to home connection. It's really important for me to connect with parents because my students are 6 years old, and yes, they are very vocal, but I want to dig into their lives. I want to know who they are. I want to know where they come from. I want to know what they're going through so that I can better support them in the classroom. So whether you're brick and mortar or virtual, building those strong relationships is always going to be important. It's something I'm really passionate about. I have a really good relationship with my students and parents. So I'm thankful and super blessed to still continue to do that.
God bless you, because I have a 6-year-old and she does not stop talking. Sometimes I'm like, can you just stop talking for a moment? You know, and I want to say, I used to volunteer in many of the schools here, and I know our kids go through a lot. You know, there are children who wake up with crime tape in their home or outside of their front door, and they still have to go to school. They still have to take those same tests that the kid who had a full breakfast and a good night's sleep had. So how do you kind of delve into their lives? You support them, you do it respectfully, also understanding that everyone's just a little different.
Yeah, so, you know, students are going through many different things during this time, even during a pandemic or in their regular lives, you know, family members passing, illnesses, households with multiple children in it, and going through virtual learning. And so for me, it's more than academics. It's building that social emotional piece to where they feel supported and they feel appreciated. And I can be that ear that they can lean on and that they can speak to in their hard times. And that goes for parents as well as students. I am a shoulder for my parents as well. And I appreciate and love them so much. And it's important that they know that I'm there for them through any and everything. So it's more than academics. It really is a work of heart, because you really need to be open and honest and vulnerable as a teacher, as a human being, for these families.
Yeah, and that takes a lot of trust. And I'm sure you're exhausted by the end of the day, because being able to provide that takes a lot of bandwidth. So kudos to you for that. You've also talked about representation, and that's an important reason why you teach. So your little ones can look up and say, hey, she looks like me. Hey, she's got a background that's similar to mine. So how do you really show that to your students?
Well, it's important for me to be vulnerable with them and to be open about my experiences and what I've been through, my background, the fact that I lived in a neighborhood just like theirs, the fact that I had issues and things going on and different challenges that I had to face when I was younger. I'm very open with them with that. And I think, you know, when I'm talking about representation, it's important that they know that their teacher looks like them and that she's successful and she works hard. And even though life gets hard and tough and there are challenges, that she can overcome them, and so can you. And that's important for me to instill in them. And one thing I always say is there will always be trials and tribulations, guys, but there will never be an excuse for you to give up. I didn't give up, and you can't give up, and I'm never going to give up on you. So that's really important.
How old are you, by the way? Do you mind?
No, I don't mind. I'm 32.
32. You're very young, but very wise, and you have many more years to impact students. So, Jameea, thank you for all of the work that you do. You guys are bringing me to tears, because I know that it's such important work, and it is hard work.